like, yes. Get right into our, that's going to lead right into our little topic. Do you ever have it together?
Mm, nice.
I had my nice time. It was nice and easy breezy, but I'm just like, man, where do I see myself in like 5 years? I feel like I'm making progress, but I'm just like, am I supposed to be here or am I supposed to be, elevated some more? Like, it's just a mind boggling topic where I'm just like, do I have it together?
It's interesting. One of my mentors in my head is Barbara Walters, and she passed away
Mm-hmm.
last weekend, just before the new year. And as CNN and some other media outlets were pontificating about her life and sharing memories, one of the things actually that came up several times throughout different media outlets was that one of her regrets in life, if you will, was that she didn't spend more time with her family, her daughters. That in chasing a profession, in chasing a career, in fighting, if you will, through those microaggressions that she had to deal with as a woman in journalism at such a young age and early in her career, is that she spent so much time trying to become, and in doing so, a lot of her personal life suffered. She says that's why
Yeah.
she believed that she was married 4 times, and she wished that she could have done some things differently. And that's a kind of a clarion call for all of us, especially for myself.
So Barbara Walters, I didn't know. I knew her from like 60 Minutes. I definitely remember watching her like for so many years on Sundays. That show starts at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, something like that.
Well, I'm trying to remember if she ever did 60 Minutes. I know she used to be on CBS like earlier in her career, but
Hmm.
she was on 2020 on ABC.
2020. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking about. 60. I think I saw 60s.
Girl,
60.
so many numbers. It's all right. 2020, 10. I get it. It's all
Right.
good.
Yes, I
But
definitely
I
remember.
used to,
But I didn't know she like had that. That sounds similar to Wendy Williams' story because I read both her books and I
mhm.
feel like she wanted to be a mom but didn't know how to balance. But at that time, like there was just so much going through like being a woman and trying to fight your way through the business and men just you guys have to kind of battle through that. I think that was definitely like a hindrance versus now like you can create your own life like within my home.
It's interesting because you're absolutely right. The advent of technology, whether it's Zoom or YouTube, over the last 20 years, and now Twitter and TikTok and Instagram, the days of going to journalism school so that you can become a journalist, like I did back
Right.
in the late 80s, early mid 80s, that pathway, it still exists, but you don't necessarily have to have it because now it's all about, being able to, everyone has access to the same mediums that we're now beginning to use, but everyone has access to it. And so you don't need a degree. You can go and speak about whatever you want to, have an opinion about whatever you want to, create a show like you are. And if people are interested in what you have to say, you will garner the audience that you're
Yeah.
desiring. But back in the day, all we had was, there's the three main networks, and it was owned by the three main networks. And then, of course, Fox came into play, and then, of course, cable, the advent of cable, and CNN and MSNBC and Fox
Mhm.
News. But at the end of the day, we are now competing against people like you, and
Right.
everybody else has a YouTube page. And so, yeah, things are definitely much different now. And so you're so much more in control of not only your content, but your life. You're not beholden to a manager, or general manager, or a news director, or a producer telling you what to
Right.
say, how to say it, how to look. And now you are totally free and in control of your own destiny. So that's the beautiful thing. I think that technology has given all of us access,
Mhm.
and with access though comes a lot of responsibility as well. So we've noticed that there have been some YouTubers who have gotten in trouble because they crossed the line from journalism into pure gossip,
Messiness.
nastiness, and you've got to be careful that you don't use that word allegedly. You're going to get popped with a court or a lawsuit, and you might find yourself in court. So, there's some pros and cons to the new technology that we have and access that everyone has now, but we have to just be really, really careful at, how we use it. I believe it should still be used to be, educational and informative and have fun, but also you just have to be really, really responsible because, while we do have freedom of speech, you have to be really careful because if you say the wrong thing, you enter into the land of defamation, and
Right.
that can be very, very toxic. But I love the access that we all now have, and so
Hmm.
my career has taking a journey now where I want to now be in control of what I say, what I do, how I look,
Hmm.
my own personal experience. But yeah, that's one of the things that I thought about Barbara Walters is when she passed away, and that notion that she wished that she had had more time. And so being with technology the way that it is now and the access that everyone has, you have more freedom. And so you can create and construct the kind of time that you want to spend doing social
Right.
media, the content that you use, but also the time that you want to put into it. I could become a big YouTuber, but how much time will I have to invest? But at the end of the day, you're doing it in the comfort of your own home. I don't
Right.
have to get dressed up and go into a newsroom and be there for, 12 hours a day. I mean, I could do it in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty of technology, I believe. And, when I think about Barbara Walters, she grew up in a different time. And, for so many of us, our careers are important to women. They should be.
Yeah.
And yet we also have to balance, when people say, well, can you have it all? You can have whatever you want to, whatever
In
your all.
moderation.
Yeah, it's moderation. But I think having it all can be defined differently. What you consider to be having it all may be different from what I think having it
Right.
all. So having it all is whatever you define it to be, but it's also being able to put yourself in a position of power and strength and having freedom and to balance life. And your balance may be different from my balance.
Right.
Um, but I love the ability now that I have is to really be the master of my own life.
Hmm.
Quite simple. The master and the mistress of my own life, if you will.
Right.
I can do whatever I want to without being beholden to someone else telling me what to do or how to be.